All right, it's another windy day, and we're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. I started filming earlier, and I was like, you know, I don't know what to talk about. My mind just kind of went blank. I was having like a writer's block, if you will. But we're back, and I want to talk about fear. Are you afraid? Well, you should be. I'm just kidding. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be afraid, and I'm going to tell you why. You should never be afraid. I've talked about fear before on this channel. I've talked about fear quite a bit. But I've never really made an in-depth video analysis on fear. I've mentioned it here and there. I've talked about it a little bit in little snippets, in shorts. But I want to talk about fear today. Fear. What are you afraid of, huh? Huh? Answer that question. What are you afraid of? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I look at it this way, right? The worst case scenario is death. That's the absolute worst case scenario. Actually, no. The worst case scenario is, God forbid, knock on wood, you hit your head really hard and you end up being a vegetable for the rest of your life. And you have to like eat through a tube and you can't piss and shit on your own anymore. And you just sit there and make really loud noises and drool all over yourself. And then you start making macaroni pictures with paper plates and eating your boogers. Like, that's the absolute worst case scenario. But aside from that, right, in most circumstances, the worst case scenario is death. Guess what? We're all gonna die. I can't speak today. We're all gonna die, whether we like it or not. And that kind of puts things into perspective, right? Me personally, I don't even really believe in death. Not in the metaphysical sense. I believe in death in the literal sense, in the physical sense. Of course, this body can die, yes. But it is my belief that you will be reborn and that your soul never really dies. It's just incarnated in a different flesh or whatever, right? But I digress. The worst case scenario is death, right? We're all going to die. And so you really have to ask yourself and analyze, okay, this thing that I'm worried about happening, if it doesn't kill me, then is the outcome of this situation going to be so detrimental that I will never be able to recover from it? And if the answer is no, it's pretty illogical to worry about it. You know? Now, granted, we're all human, right? We're all humans, and we have our human emotions and our human feelings, and I've talked about shadow work before on this channel, right? So you're going to be scared in life. It's just a matter of, do you pay attention to that fear, and do you listen to that fear, and do you allow that fear to give you power? Because if you allow that fear to give you power, then it can stop you from doing all sorts of things. You know? Fear can be used as a tool. It can definitely be used as a survival tactic. It can also be used as motivation, if you really think about it. Because if you're afraid of getting diabetes, if you're genuinely afraid of diabetes, then you're going to become a fitness freak. You're going to be in the gym every single day. You're going to be eating right and, getting sunlight and doing what you're supposed to do, right? If you're genuinely afraid of dying early of natural causes, then that can motivate you to make different choices. So people think that fear is a bad thing. People have negative connotations associated with fear, but fear is actually good. And fear can be your best friend if utilized correctly. You know, I did something today that I had been putting off for a very long time because I was scared. And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because that's a secret. I have a surprise for everyone coming, and as you might know, on April 18th. Something really big is happening on April 18th. All right, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by my own phone telling me that I needed to free up space so that I could record more video. As I was saying, right, I have something big coming on April 18th, and I'm not going to tell you all what it is. Not yet. Not until it gets closer to that date. But just know, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And if you're a real OG fan of mine, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. But I was afraid to do it. I was afraid to do it, and I was sitting on it for a while. I was like, should I do it again? Can I still do it? Do I have it in me? And I just did it. I pulled the trigger. I know I'm being super vague right now, but just bear with me, right? What I'm saying to you all is, don't let fear stop you from doing something that you know will benefit you in the long term, or even the short term, depending, right? I think that we let fear get in the way. I know for a fact that we let fear get in the way because I've let fear get in the way for a long time. I was afraid to start making YouTube videos again. But here we are, making YouTube videos again. And I'm really glad that I did it. And 9 times out of 10, if you're scared to start doing something again, or start doing something at all, it's probably in your best interest to do it. So you have to find a way to confront that fear and beat that fear. Punch that fear in the face. Kick that fear in the nether regions. You know? Let's all hold hands for a minute. I can feel you all, your hands through the screen right now. I can actually feel it. Yes, yes. That was nice. I'm glad that you all shared that moment with me. It was fun. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you did not enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And kiss my ass. And I will see you all again in the next video. Peace, love, and light.